Hi everyone. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you about how to create table in the database. Let me tell you what is a table first. Table is a way of organizing data in the form of rows and in the rows and columns. We will see the tables in our daily life in many forms. Okay. Let me show you first how to create table. Okay. Coming to your database called uh, yours database. So we have to go to any database. I have already created yours database, so I'm go to tables part, right click on it and select new and click on table. So I am adding column name. I'm adding first name as a column name. It will ask for data type. Data type is a type of variable, type of data you are going to enter into the column name. It is a character type variable, so nchar is one type of data type where I am entering a character type variable. So I selected nchar. So allow null is a like feature that is going to the first name should have. For example, when you are entering the data, sometimes you can skip first name as well, so it won't throw any error. So that's the reason it it depends on us whenever you want to do, if you want to uncheck or check this. Okay, so I can skip first name, so that's the reason I clicked on allow nulls. Okay, let me take you the second. Let me enter second name as well, and is a character type. Again, I clicked on uncheck. I don't want to like not to enter. I want it should be entered. Otherwise, if you won't enter the second name, it will throw an error. So third is marks. Marks are integer type variable, right? So that's the reason I take integer type data type. Integer type data type. So I want to save the data with the name short table. Click on OK. So data got stored. Sorry, the table got stored with the name headshot table. Okay, let me show you the data types. I will show a limited number of data types to you, which we use most frequently. Let me go to the slide now. So there are five, like five character type variables, data type variables, which we use more oftenly: nchar, nvarchar, char, and varchar. These are the four types of variables. Nchar and nvarchar can store up to 4,000 characters. Okay, it cannot store more than 4,000 characters. So that's the reason the bracket name, that number we are entering 10 is the maximum number we wanted to store here. Okay, 10. You cannot enter more than 4,000 here for nchar and nvarchar. Okay, I hope you understand. And char and varchar can store 8,000 characters long. Okay, so different variables or different data types have different restrictions. Coming to next slide, I won't go up. I will start from below. Char and varchar, okay, and tiny int is an integer type variable. It will store 1 byte per character, so it will take 1 byte of memory per character. Nchar and nvarchar, it will take 2 bytes per character, like 2 bytes of memory per character. Okay, char and varchar, nchar and nvarchar are character type variables. Tiny int and int are integer type variables. Tiny int will take 1 byte per character of the memory, but whereas int will take 4 bytes of character, 4 bytes per character. Okay, char and varchar are fixed length. Nchar and nvarchar are like variable length. Okay, let me show you here with the example. Here char, and here I am taking, let me take another nvarchar of 50. Let me save it again. Nvarchar I am taking, right? So I am saving it as well. Here in nvarchar, why I am calling it as variable length, and nchar I am calling it as fixed length. The reason behind is, when you enter the data of only 4 characters, the remaining 6 characters it will take as space, and it will take up the memory of 10 characters. Even though you are not entering the data, it will add up spaces for remaining 6 characters, and it will fill up the 10 character size. Whereas in n varchar and varchar, if you enter only 4 characters only, it will take 4 bytes of like 4 character length only. It won't take 50 character. So that's the reason we call it as variable length data type. I hope you understand. Okay, let me go to the slide now. And n varchar and varchar or fixed variable length, I already told you. N varchar or Unicode means they will store some other languages data as well. Okay, some different symbols as well it will store. So that's the reason they are called Unicode. But n whereas char and varchar won't store Unicode. They are not Unicodes. They just store simple language uh, characters. They can't store other languages. I hope you understand that point. Okay. Let me show you how to enter the data. Okay, as the data got stored, right? And remember this: first name will allow nulls, second name won't allow nulls. Okay, let me whenever you want to enter the data, right click on it, right click on the table. Sorry, let me refresh, because the table name is not reflecting here. The table name got reflected here. So right click on it, edit top to 200 rows. Okay, so I'm not writing first name, I'm writing hammer here. Okay, so you can see here pencil symbol, it shows the row is getting updated. Okay, and in marks I am entering mm, three marks. Okay, so immediately the other row is getting inserted, right? Whenever you are writing editing in a like a row, you can see, right, when I'm entering the second row, first row, the second row got automatically added. So the data is not saved yet, because we can still see red symbol here. The data is not stored yet. So when you click on enter button, now the data, you have moved to second row and data got saved. Now the first row data got saved, and you cannot see any red symbol here. I hope you got it. Let me go to the let me enter the second row table, second row data. I'm writing first name as Riksha. I'm skipping second name. I'm writing third name as 5, and I'm clicking on enter. See, it is showing that the data in row 2 was not committed. Erasmus cannot insert the value null, because in second name, while creating the data, I told you, right, I unchecked allow null, so it won't take null value. We have to enter something. So that's the reason I skipped that part to show how allow null will work. So I'm writing your second name as, and I'm entering, clicking on enter. Again, the data got saved now, because the red symbol got removed. I hope you got it. How to enter the details now. Okay. Let me go to the slide now. Okay, here we have option of how to change the length. Okay, whenever like generally what happens, there is an option called tools, options, uh, design. Where is design? Designers. Prevent saving changes that require table recreation. At first, whenever you install the SQL Server, this SSMS, sorry, Management Studio, it is checked. Okay, but if you want to, let me click on OK. If you want to, let me show you the example first. Let me go to the table design part. I'm going to the table design part. Where is it? Table design. So I'm from nvarchar to, I'm changing it to um, nchar. I'm saving. See, it is not saving, because it's throwing error. Whenever you make some changes of changing the data type, it will show an error. So if you don't, if you want to change the data types at any point. So you have to go here, tools, captions, designers, and click here to uncheck it and click OK. So now you can save this button. See, the data got saved. So you have to uncheck that option. So if you wanted to change data type at any instant, otherwise you cannot change. I hope you got it. Let me go to the next slide. It was telling when you change now, the schema gets completely deleted and recreated again. Okay, whenever you change the schema, okay, it it will delete the schema and recreate it again, because we have 10 characters, right? Let me remove, let me change. It can store up to one character. I'm clicking on save. Okay, and let me show what it is stored. Right click, select 1000 rows. See, I entered Ahmad and it stored only a part, only one character. The reason behind, in design part, what I did, I entered 1. Previously it was 10. It can store up to 10 characters. Okay, so whenever there is a change in the schema, the data, the column will delete, or the column will delete, and it will recreate it. It will recreate it. So that's the point. It was entered here. Previously, for example, it was showing I entered Irsh, but I can change to one. I'll change the number of characters to 1. Then schema deletes and recreated, and it stores only first character I out of IRSH. It stores what it says. You cannot retrieve the data again after by changing the length to 10. So that's what it is saying here. Let me go to the next slide. So as I already told you, whenever you are entering the data, red mark and pencil symbol will come. Pencil symbol means the data is getting added. Red mark means data is not saved yet. And here it is saying importance of escape button and debug as well, right? Okay. So let me go to the escape button importance. So I'm right clicking on the table and entering the data. Select edit top 1000 rows. Here I'm entering Ahmad, second name as Ahmad. I'm entering the mark as 7. Okay, I'm entering the button. Showing error because I cannot stay more than one character. So I'm clicking on enter now. I moved to the next row. But if you want to go to the previous state, previous save, you can click on escape button. Here I'm writing 7, not 7, I'm writing u, and I don't want to enter money details now, and we wanted to go to last saved state. What is the last saved state? Ahmad row, right? So I'm clicking on escape button. See, the data got removed and it stored the last saved state. Otherwise, if you entered something here, like for example you cannot move to the next step. Here it will throw an error. So if you want to move to the last saved state, enter escape. You will go to the last saved state. Otherwise you have to enter the data. See, I'm writing something. If you enter remove the data as well, it will ask. So escape, that it helps you. You don't want to enter the details now, you don't want to save in the next row now, escape, it will save to the last saved state. I hope you got it. I'm clicking on the data got automatically selected. I don't want to save it again. And coming here, dview prefix, I will tell you at the end. Coming to table column properties, let me show you with the example. Here, whenever you click on this column and not here, all right, click on the design part. Here click on marks, and this column properties it will show. Okay, what is the first name? It is nchar. So these are our table column properties. Click on second name. It is second name. It will allow, no, it won't allow nulls, and it is a nchar data type. Okay, and marks is an int type, allow nulls. Okay, so let me go here where it is data type. Already it is here. identification. Let me show. How to click on yes to show about identity specification. Clicked on yes. So increment 1, seed 1 is a type. By default, the number starts with 1 and increment each time by 2 by 1. Identity seed is the number it starts with 1 and it can increment by 1. You can enter increment as 2 as well. You can change identity seed 1 as well. Okay, just save the data. Let me show with an example. And it is only for data type, integer type variables only. Okay, right click on it, edit 1000 rows. I'm writing some details. I don't want to enter anything. I entered uh, whatever it is throwing. Okay, okay. I entered you. I don't want to enter anything. I clicked on enter. Okay, and let me right click on it, select top 1000 rows. See, 9 and 11 because it increment by 2, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can see the data. So that's the important of identity specification, identity seed, and identity increment. I hope you got it. And DBO, sorry, I forgot to tell you what is DBO. Whenever you created the table with the name it's a table, you got a schema called DBO. It is a by default schema. It's a way of storing the table. By default, it is storing in the form of DBO. There are different schemas as well. I will tell you afterwards, and it's very complicated as well. Just remember, by default schema of storing the table is DBO dot table name that which we are giving. DBO full form is database owner. Okay, if you have any doubts, just let me know. I will clarify. Thank you very much, guys.